Hello, beautiful beings of love and light. So, if you're not familiar with my work, I work with a lot of pain. Specifically, it has been back pain because that has been my specific expertise. I had a L5-S1 herniated disc at the age of 20 years old that I then literally suffered through some of the hardest and most physically painful and emotionally tormented years of my life up until I was 28. When I finally, with the help of a surgeon, decided to get surgery. And even after that, I wasn't really honoring myself in the ways that were most beneficial for my own holistic healing. I wasn't really acknowledging that I had a hand in, I had control over what was producing the most pain. I still was running. I was a distance runner. I still ran. I was still moving in kind of careless ways and not wanting to acknowledge that I can no longer just throw my body around and have fun with it, that I needed to be more conscious of how I could move mindfully. And so this physical pain ultimately led me to the resolution of my childhood trauma, which was verbal and emotional abuse. That started at birth and that continues to this day. I now currently finally decided to walk away from the relationship with my father because it was still to this day extremely emotionally and verbally abusive and toxic to my life. And so that was like the next tier of my healing journey. And now what I'm starting to realize is that all of the pain that I've experienced over the course of my life, I've always been a very physical being. I'm embodied. I'm a kapha, so I'm in my body. I feel my feelings, my emotions, my physical sensations very strongly. And I'm also really, I have a deep attachment style. I love so fully. And so what that has brought into my life has been a very distinct and acute awareness of when relationships end for me and how much I suffer with heartache. I have had 3 now over the past, let's say 4 or 5 years. I've had 3 like heart-wrenching heartbreaks, relationships where people walked away from me after either telling me or not telling me in so many words, and I wasn't really listening. I wasn't open to it. But the truth of what their intentions were and what they were capable of. And so I've suffered a lot with heartache. And I'm currently still suffering with one. Most recently, I just had my heart broken again. And so what I'm choosing to do with that energy is to transmute it into helping others, because that has always worked for me. What I have experienced in terms of back pain and what I've resolved for how to actually resolve that and live pain-free. I do live spinally pain-free, and I also have translated my ability to resolve mental and emotional trauma into my coaching. That's how I support people with coaching. So it's like the yoga works for people with back pain because it's a very specific, intuitive, holistic style of yoga that I teach. It is not, by any book or it's based in the tantric tradition because it's very breath focused. But I also coach people who have undergone, perhaps similar trauma to me, but more than likely people who have a real challenge with loving themselves and speaking kindly to themselves. And perhaps that comes from a similar background of childhood abuse, or any phase of your life. Abuse doesn't have to just be childhood, right? You can have trauma from any time in our life. To now, I'm also experiencing such deep heartache, and I'm on my healing journey as well. So it's been really challenging for me to kind of come back to what are my gifts and what do I want to be sharing. And so what's coming up for me now more than ever is that I'm going to be sharing steps to help heal your heartache, because it's something that I have a lot of experience in. And, it's not that I want to take away anyone's experience of pain, really, because I feel that the pain that we experience enlightens us and awakens us to how we can love ourselves even more fully. And at the same time, I do want to help you not hurt as much for as long, because I've really suffered. I'm 42 years old, and I've really suffered, particularly in the past 5 years, from really massive heartaches, from just not acknowledging myself and my own process and what I have needed. And I've allowed myself to be kind of duped or like misled by people, by their words, because my specific trauma is words. Words were used against me. And so when I hear beautiful words being spoken to me, I fall in love with that. And I want you to know that it's not wrong, it's not bad to love and to continue to love and to be attracted to things that feel really good. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to feel good and to love and be loved. That's it, really, bottom line. So if you're experiencing not love, and if you're experiencing not feeling good, then there's most likely something that I can help you to uncover, a process or a ritual that you can do for yourself that will help you to experience more good feelings and more love, and to be able to acknowledge that for yourself and how you create that for yourself in your life. And I would really love to talk with you about how you can create that for yourself as well, from what my understanding and my empathy is around back pain, also other physical pains like shoulder bursitis and wrist pain and massive chronic headaches. I've experienced a lot of physical injury and pain, and I believe that everything is related to our mental capacity. Whether you have suffered from verbal and emotional abuse or some other type of abuse that has left you in a position of feeling kind of helpless and down and depressed and at a loss, or even overwhelmed and exhausted or anxious about it, I can really just shed some light on why that might be happening for you. And if you want tools, I have tools for how to move forward and how to get beyond that to a place of thriving. And then also, if you're suffering from massive heartbreak, and especially if it's chronic for you, right? If you're doing it over and over again, then I can help you, because I've been there. I've just been there in the past month again. So I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying that things that I have done to re-support myself and reaffirm my own love for myself are definitely the way to go for you. But as a coach, it's not my job to tell you what to do. My job and methodology is to ask you questions about your own process, to try to help you to get to a place that feels good for you, that you feel like it works for you, for the support that you need right now. So if any of this resonates with you, please feel free to reach out to me. Everyone gets a free first discovery or breakthrough call with me, where it's pretty much guaranteed that you're going to find some awareness that you did not have previously, and be able to at least acknowledge that for yourself and take some action towards the growth that you're looking to move towards in your life. And so just take advantage of it, right? You can just talk to me for 30 minutes to an hour, and we'll get you on the path to at least finding 1% newness in the way that you relate to yourself and how you can help yourself. That's my only goal with these calls. And if that happens to mean that you want to continue working with me as your coach, great. And if not, it's my extreme pleasure and it's my deepest passion to be able to share some of the ways and some of the learnings that I've gained over the course of my life to maybe help to ease your journey a little bit more. I love you. See you soon.